Good evening and welcome to St Margaret's. Wonderful to have you here supporting our recital series. It has never been more important to support the arts. It seems like we're moving into a time where you can only be in the arts if you are independently wealthy. I haven't asked our performance tonight whether they're independently wealthy, but I think we should assume they're not, and if you were able to support them with donations, then that would be very warmly received. It's light. A lot of you will know Emily, at least from Thames Philharmonic Singers, as one of their choral scholars last year. But we're delighted to have Emily and Roxanna, who study at Trinity Laban, and I think we're all in for a really good treat tonight. So would you please welcome Emily and Roxanna.
Hello, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us, Roxanna and I, for an evening of music which we believe tells good stories. That is the theme that is tying this program together, and we're really, really excited to share this music with you. The piece that you just heard was Un moto di gioia by Mozart. It is an alternative Susanna aria from The Marriage of Figaro, which you might have heard of. It's one of his most famous operas, and it's usually not performed. So if you ever do go and see The Marriage of Figaro, you might not hear this aria. So we thought it would be a lovely opportunity to present it to you in a recital. The next two pieces that we're going to perform for you are both by Cécile Chaminade. Both of these songs were written in the late 1890s. She wrote both of these around, I think, 1892 and 1898. The first one is Mignon, and it's about fading beauty. And then the second piece is called Chanson Triste, which, as you might have picked up on, is a bit sad. And that one is about the feeling of knowing that somebody's love for you is diminishing and you not being able to do anything about it. So this is Mignon and Chanson Triste by Cécile Chaminade. Thank you so much. We're going to perform now a piece that is very close to both of our hearts. We recently performed it at Trinity for the preliminary round of the English Song Competition, which is an internal college competition, and we were delighted to find out that we're going to be through to the final, so we're really excited to perform it again in a couple of weeks. This is The Seal Man by Rebecca Clark, another fantastic female composer. This text is by John Masefield. It comes from his short story, A Mainsail Haul. This story is about the folklore of Selkies, or seal people. Lots of different Celtic cultures have in their, I think I cut out for a second there, in their culture, in their like Celtic folklore. So this being is half human, half seal, and they act as a sort of siren. So they fall in love with people on the land, and they sing to them, and you'll find out what happens next. So this is The Seal Man by Rebecca Clark.
And he says to her, "You are all of the beauty of the world. Will you come where I go, over the waves of the sea?" And she says to him, "My treasure and my strength," she says, "I would follow you on the frozen hills, my feet bleeding." Then they went down into the sea together, and the moon made a track on the sea, and they walked down it. It was like a flame before them. There was no fear at all on them, only a great love, like the love of the old ones, that was stronger than the touch of the fool. She had a little white throat and little cheeks wasn't a man at all. She was drowned, of course. It's like he never thought that she wouldn't bear the sea like himself. She was drowned.
Hello? Okay. I hope you enjoyed the duo work. We're going to take a little interlude of solo piano repertoire now, and we're going to start with Lyra Auerbach's 12 pieces from her childhood. And these are a real homage to Robert Schumann, who some of you may know, of his Kinderscenen, his childhood scenes. And composed in 2000, Lyra's really... There are 12 character pieces, each of them exquisite in their own way, and they really do tell their own little story. The final of the 12 really reflect and really quote Robert Schumann's final piece in his set, titled The Poet Speaks. Lyra titled hers The Prayer, and I think from the harmonies and the stillness that you're going to hear, I'd like you all to reminisce a little bit or be in thought at the end of that. And then I'll follow that by Rachmaninoff's O Cease Thy Singing, and it was transcribed by Earl Wild, one of the greatest pianists, in my opinion, of all time. It was originally for voice and piano, but he's managed to get all of Rachmaninoff's rich texture and harmonies all on one instrument. I won't say too much about this song, but it is really just about unrequited love. Thank you.
Again. Hello. The next, that was beautiful. I was sat over there like in awe, as always. The next two pieces that we're going to perform for you are the first two in a song cycle of 7 by Libby Larsen, another living composer. We really wanted to curate a program for you this evening that had a really big, broad church of lots of different compositional outputs, some alive, some not so alive, some female, some less so. And we just wanted to give you a really broad spectrum of everything because it's really, really important to us as musicians and as a duo to deliver variety. So I hope you've enjoyed that this evening. The next two are by Libby Larsen. They are from a cycle of 7 called My Antonia. This is based off a book by Willa Cather. It's a modern American classic. It's a really beautiful book. I really recommend it. But it's a story told by Jim as an adult looking back on his childhood when he lived with his grandparents on the prairie towns of America. And when he was about 10, he came across this family, this immigrant family, and he met their youngest daughter, Antonia, this immigrant Czech girl who he developed this really beautiful friendship with. And the story is told by Jim looking back as an adult as he begins to realize that actually he was really in love with Antonia and he didn't realize it at the time. So they meet, he teaches her English, they have this gorgeous, lovely friendship, and sadly it never develops further, but they are really beautiful songs, and we're going to show you the first two now. So this is My Antonia by Libby Larsen.
Buried in wheat and burning summers beneath the brilliant any of them speak English, said the train conductor to me, the boy Jim. Except one little girl, not much older than you, Jim, not much older than you, and she's bright as a new dollar. She's got pretty brown eyes too, and she did. When I first saw her, Antonia came up to me and held her hand out coaxingly. Soon we were running together through the fields, laughing. How many an afternoon we trailed along the prairie, laughing. She would point to a tree. Name! What name? Tree, I answered. One evening we climbed to the roof to watch the clouds of a storm. One black cloud, no bigger than a little boat, drifted out alone. Grandmother called to us to come down. In a minute we come, Antonia called back. In a minute.
Thank you. We're going to perform an aria for you now by Gluck from his opera Orfeo ed Euridice. So this is an opera, as you might have guessed, based off of the great epic myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. So in this moment in the story, Eurydice has been taken down to the underworld, and Orpheus has come to save her on the one condition that when he finds her and starts to bring her back to the land of the living, he is not allowed to turn back and look at her again. So she is stuck in this moment of having just been rescued by this person that she loves more than anyone else in the world, but he won't even look her in the eye. So she's really confused and upset and angry. So this is Che fiero momento from Gluck's opera Orfeo ed Euridice.
Che fiero
Hello. So the next song that we're singing is an old Persian song from an old movie, I believe, and it is about love, it is about loss, it's about remembering those that are not with us anymore. I'd like to commend Emily, first of all, for learning this, because she's singing it in Farsi. And I don't know how many of you have heard Farsi before, read Farsi before. It's pretty foreign. A foreign concept, I have to say, to a European language. So I commend her for not only, saying the words, but singing them. I'd like to say that... sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So it's titled Sultan of My Heart, and we're singing this today because I really wanted to share with you what's going on in Iran at the moment, where a lot of young people are losing their lives because they're fighting for their freedom, much like in other parts of the world. There was a young girl called Nika Shakarami, and she was unfortunately killed a few days before her 17th birthday. And she sang this song with her friends, and she sang this song with people she loved, doing karaoke with it, and there are lots of videos of her singing it. So I want us to think about Nika, if you can, while listening to this song, and for anybody that you've lost in your life that maybe isn't with us anymore, or lives far away. I'd like to read you the lyrics as well. Part of my heart tells me to go, the other tells me not to. My heart is not patient. What should I do without you? When I'm with my love, my pretty one, the world seems small. I'm thinking about you anywhere and everywhere. I will never leave. You are the king of my heart. You broke through my heart's gates. You've promised love to my heart. You've bound yourself to me. Now, if I'm ever far away, I shall not tie my heart to any other friend. I'm full of wishes and desire, my beautiful friend.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening in what I hope you'll agree has been a really varied and interesting evening of music making. Roxy neglected to point out there that actually that arrangement was hers, so I just want to point that out. She arranged that herself and has been an excellent Farsi language coach. So if anyone's looking to learn some Farsi, then please give Roxy a call, because she's really great. We have one more piece for you. This is Grieg, Ein Traum. It is the last piece in his cycle of 6 songs called Sexlieder. This piece describes the feeling of dreaming the most beautiful dream with the person you love most in the world by your side, dreaming that they're next to you in this beautiful woodland glade, and just being so happy to have them in your arms. But the twist is, you wake up and you realize that it was all true. So this is Ein Traum by Grieg. Thank you so much for this evening. It's been so lovely to share this with you.
Mir träumte einst ein schöner Traum, mich liebte eine blonde Maid. Es war am grünen Waldesrand, es war zur warmen Frühlingszeit. Die Knospe sprang, der Wald war schmal, fern aus dem Dorfe scholl Geleit. Wir waren ganze Woche versunken ganz in Seligkeit. Und schöne noch, als einst der Traum, begab es sich in Wirklichkeit. Es war am grünen Waldesraum, es war zur warmen Frühlingszeit. Der Wald war schwoll, die Knospe sprang, geläutet scholl vom Dorfe her. Ich hielt dich fest, ich hielt dich lang und lasse dich nun nimmermehr. Nimmermehr, nimmermehr, du frühlingsgrüne Waldesrand, du lebst in mir durch alle Zeit. Dort ward die Wirklichkeit zum Traum, dort ward der Traum zur Wirklichkeit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure if we clap very loudly in a second or two, they will come back. So next week we have a completely different ensemble, lute harpsichord. It'll be quite a different repertoire. So that's next week. Wow, what an amazing concert. I feel so privileged. This is really a very new thing for me to come to these recitals, and I've just had such joy for these last few weeks. Last week I thought couldn't be topped, well, maybe tonight. You'll have your own favourites, I'm sure, but such sentiment, such longing, such